What can this guy with one of the scammiest book titles and a pink shirt teach you about becoming rich? Actually, quite a lot. In this video, we're gonna talk about 3 takeaways from Ramit Sethi to make the next steps into your rich life. From his starting days with a blog to making courses on the internet, starting a podcast and having a Netflix show, Ramit evolved himself and his businesses a lot in the last few years. And he has become a money printing machine. He doesn't pull punches either. Just look at his Twitter account. Let's go to takeaway number 1. Define your rich life. Ask yourself, why do you want to be rich? What does a rich life mean to you? You should define what a rich life looks to you. But why is that question so important? On the one hand, it helps you to dream and envision a potential future for you. On the other, you know what you don't need and value in your life. Therefore, it's so much easier to not keep up with the Joneses and focus on yourself. Nothing is set in stone. Throughout your life, it can change and have new priorities, like when you find a new partner, raise kids, or get close to retirement. So the question is, what do you love and where could you spend more money on? It doesn't always have to be that expensive. For example, I like to go to a high-end gym and get my burgers with quality meat and ingredients from a local place instead of, let's say, McDonald's or so. At the same time, I try to cut mercilessly on things which don't bring me joy. A car is just a device for me that gets me from A to B. It doesn't matter how huge it is. Currently, I'm driving a 17-year-old beat-up Mercedes, but it took me a while to realize that. Before that, I took an expensive company car because everyone did it. Although it didn't really matter to me. I didn't question my own behavior and goals. Define your rich life. Does it have to be a fancy car, owning a house and working at a big law firm? Or is renting fine for you and instead you prefer the flexibility and want to see different countries? Both are fine, no judgment here. But you have to envision a road to not blindly follow what everybody else does. Takeaway number 2. Focus on the big wins. You should cut back on your avocado toast. Squeeze some 0.1% for some arbitrary discount. Do these tips sound familiar? At first, this may sound like good advice. Why is saving bad? But there is just a certain amount of money you can save. Instead of focusing on the small details, Ramit suggests focusing on the big wins in life, like investing early, landing your dream job, and earning money on the side. If you get these things right, you are already ahead of 80% of the people. Humans have limited amount of willpower. Don't waste it on $7 lattes. Focus instead on what can bring you big returns for years. Do it to compound effects. The earlier you invest, the better. You don't have to start with a big number. Time will take care of it, but you have to start somewhere. The ROI you will get will be more than enough to finance your avocado toast. The same can be said about your dream job and earning money on the side. On the one hand, you have also the compounding effects for years. On the other hand, you have immediately more money at your disposal. One 10K raise at your job or side hustle can finance your avocado toast for the whole year. And the final takeaway, automation. If you're like me, your money gets tight at the end of the month. I might push things back to the next month if I want to purchase a specific thing. But why is that? Am I poor? Maybe, but more likely I use an automation system that Ramit and my grandmother are using. The difference is she puts her money in different socks. At the same time, Ramit does it through online banking in several accounts. And the most important thing, it happens automatically in the beginning of a month. So when the end of the month rolls around, I don't buy that newest PlayStation if I don't have the money. I already invested and saved my money. Maybe I have a separate savings account for the PlayStation and do it 2 to 3 months down the line. What would happen if you just wait for what is left at the end of the month and save or invest that amount? In my case, I have to fight myself and the same questions pop up in my head. Do I really need to save amount X and invest amount Y? Does my future self really recognize if some percentage today might be missing? Maybe I just put more money in next month on the side. If everything happens automatically, I don't have to waste any willpower for decisions like that. And I can use that willpower to stop scrolling social media. Ramit suggests the following system. Fixed cost. investment, savings, guilt-free spending. Depending on where you live and what you earn, this might not be possible. He also mentions that there is only a certain amount you can save. Sometimes the only option is to find a new job with a better salary. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, take a look at this one where I talk about the psychology of money. Have a nice day. Cheers.